Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into some news that's sending ripples through the crafting community. That's right, we're talking about JOANN Fabric stores closing hundreds of its stores across the country. In this video we're going to take a look at the full list of JOANN Fabric stores that are closing and discuss the potential impact these closures could have on the crafting world. First up on our list, we're heading straight to the heart of the Big Apple, New York City. The JOANN store here has been a mainstay for decades, a go-to spot for both seasoned designers and hobbyists alike. Imagine this. You walk into the store, the smell of fresh fabric hits you, and you're met with rows upon rows of colorful textiles from around the world. JOANN was a community hub for crafters to connect, share ideas, and draw inspiration from one another. But with the recent announcement, this iconic store is set to close its doors. Small businesses that relied on JOANN for their supplies are now faced with the challenge of finding new sources, often at higher prices. And let's not forget about the employees who will be losing their jobs, adding to the already competitive job market in the city. The convenience of online shopping has undoubtedly played a role in this shift, but it doesn't diminish the loss felt by those who cherish the in-person experience. Next up, we're traveling west to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. For years, the JOANN Fabric store in LA has been a haven for creatives, offering a wide selection of fabrics, crafting supplies, and inspiration. Picture this, you're working on a film project, designing costumes for a play, or simply indulging in a weekend DIY project. You head over to JOANN and boom! You're greeted by aisles overflowing with fabrics in every color, texture, and pattern imaginable. But sadly, this LA landmark is also on the list of stores slated for closure. Independent designers, costume makers, and small business owners are now grappling with the reality of having to find new sources for their materials. JOANN offered competitive prices, making it possible for aspiring artists and entrepreneurs to pursue their passions without breaking the bank. The loss of the LA JOANN store is a blow to the local economy and the vibrant crafting community that considers it a second home. From the West Coast, we're heading back east to the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. For years, the JOANN Fabric store in Chicago has been a cornerstone of this community. It's the place where generations of Chicagoans have discovered their love for crafting, honed their skills, and found the materials to bring their creative visions to life. The store's closure marks the end of an era for many Chicago crafters. The closure means the loss of jobs, not just for those directly employed by JOANN, but also for the small businesses that rely on the store for their supplies. These businesses, often run by local artisans and entrepreneurs, now face the daunting task of finding new suppliers, often at higher costs. For many Chicagoans, the store was more than just a place to shop for fabric and yarn. It was a gathering place, a hub where they could connect with fellow crafters. The closure of the Chicago JOANN store is a stark reminder of the challenges faced by brick-and-mortar retailers in the digital age. Our next stop takes us down south to Houston, Texas, a city known for its southern hospitality and thriving art scene. The JOANN Fabric store in Houston has been a beloved destination for crafters of all ages and skill levels. Imagine this. You step into the Houston JOANN store and you're immediately greeted by the friendly faces of staff who are as passionate about crafting as you are. But with the recent announcement of the store's closure, a wave of disappointment has swept through the Houston crafting community. Small business owners who rely on JOANN for their supplies are now faced with the challenge of finding alternative sources, which could mean higher costs and logistical hurdles. The closure of the Houston JOANN store serves as a reminder of the evolving retail landscape and the challenges faced by even the most beloved brick-and-mortar stores. We now journey to the heart of the desert, Phoenix, Arizona. The JOANN Fabric store in Phoenix has been a haven for these desert dwellers, a place where they could escape the heat and immerse themselves in the joy of crafting. Picture this. You walk into the Phoenix JOANN store and you're met with a burst of color and texture, but sadly this creative oasis is facing closure, leaving many Phoenix crafters feeling disheartened. The closure of the Phoenix JOANN store is a blow to the local crafting community, which relied on the store for its wide selection of supplies and sense of community. Small businesses that depend on JOANN for their supplies now face uncertainty and the challenge of finding new sources, often at higher costs. The closure of the Phoenix JOANN store is a testament to the changing dynamics of the retail industry and the challenges faced by traditional brick-and-mortar stores in the age of online shopping. Our next stop takes us to the historic city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia, known for its rich history and vibrant arts scene, is also home to a thriving crafting community that has long considered the JOANN Fabric store a cherished resource and gathering place. Imagine this. You step into the Philadelphia JOANN store and you're greeted by the familiar scent of fabric and the friendly smiles of fellow crafters. But with the recent announcement of the store's closure, a sense of loss has settled over the Philadelphia crafting community. Small businesses that depend on JOANN for their supplies are now faced with the challenge of finding alternative sources, potentially impacting their bottom line. The closure of the Philadelphia JOANN store serves as a reminder of the evolving nature of the retail landscape and the challenges faced by brick-and-mortar stores in the digital age. Our final stop on this JOANN Fabric store journey takes us back to the Lone Star State, to the vibrant city of San Antonio, Texas. Known for its rich history and cultural attractions, San Antonio is also home to a thriving crafting community that has long considered the local JOANN Fabric store a hub for creativity and inspiration. Imagine this. You step into the San Antonio JOANN store and you're immediately greeted by a kaleidoscope of colors and textures. But with the recent announcement of the store's closure, a sense of sadness has descended upon the San Antonio crafting community. Small businesses that have come to depend on JOANN for their supplies are now faced with the challenge of finding new sources, which could mean higher costs and logistical hurdles. The closure of the San Antonio JOANN store serves as a poignant reminder of the evolving retail landscape and the challenges faced by brick-and-mortar stores in the age of online shopping. That's the full list of JOANN Fabric stores that are closing. If your local store is on the list, make sure to visit before it shuts down. Let's continue to share our projects, inspire each other, and keep the crafting spirit alive. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates and news. Thanks for watching.